Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day and I hope you had a good trading day today. This is the daily update video for January 23rd, Tuesday. As you guys can see towards the bottom of the screen, we had a negative day today. My gross loss was $240. And then when you add in the $7.96 of commissions, you get a net loss of $247.96. I only took one trade today. That was it. The price action was just not good. It was actually worse than yesterday, and I didn't think it could get worse than yesterday, but it was trash. But one of the things that I will say, and I said this on stream earlier, I am just grateful that my strategy kept me out of chop. There are so many people who failed accounts yesterday and today because of how choppy it was and how bad the price action is and how, the volatility as far as the volume is there, but it's not really moving very much. I cannot be upset about basically just losing one trade. That is crazy. I mean, of course, I would have liked to win that particular trade, and I actually could have broken even, and I'm going to show you guys that and why I could have broken even. But so far for the entire week, I'm only down $30 per account. To see so many people lose trades in those 2 days, or lose accounts in those 2 days, and I'm just down $30 per account, I'm just going to be grateful. However, we're going to pray to the trading gods that the rest of the week does not look like the first 2 days of this week, okay? So let's get into the charts and let's talk about why today was just not tradable for me. So I'm actually going to have a 5-second chart on the left and the Renko chart that I use to actually trade on the right. So I can kind of show you guys what it looks like, because when you're looking at it from a micro time span, like a 5-second chart, which for me, I use 5 seconds because when I do get trades, you can typically see the market structure on a 5-second chart because I'm scalping. I'm only going for 6 points and I'm typically in trades for less than 30 seconds. So a 1 or 5 second chart is the only thing that makes sense as far as putting on the screen so you can see the structure, the market structure when I'm getting into trades, right? So most of the day, we were trading in the 2 a.m. Central to 2:30 a.m. Central. I guess that's an opening range. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's the overnight high and low. Okay. We were trading in that little 30-minute range literally all day. So I'll zoom through so you can see it on the Rinko. So we started out above, right? And as soon as the market opened, which is this red vertical line, we immediately got back into this zone, right? So a couple of minutes after market open, we broke through, we came down, we traded below it just a little bit, decided we were not going to stay below this VWAP and continue down. We got back into the zone and we stayed in this zone the rest of the day. Now, I called at some point during the stream, and I'll talk about this one trade that I took, but I called at some point during the stream, if we don't get out of this zone, I am not going to be able to take a trade because there's too many support and resistance levels within this little zone that we have. This zone is about what, 50 points, which on the NASDAQ is not a lot. And the fact that this is the range that was created in a 30-minute time span, there's no reason we should be trading in this zone the entire first 2.5 hours of the New York session, right? And so not only do we have the support and resistance levels from the current open and the prior open and close, but we also have the VWAP levels here. And then there's other support and resistance levels that I have in here as well that you can't see on the screen. And so it's like, bro, what are we doing here? Let me remove that because that was just irrelevant. But yeah, so we came back down here around 9:24 this morning. Could not stay below it. This is a major support level for me here. We could not get past that major support level. We came right back up, tested the VWAP, went past the VWAP, went to the next one, and just stayed in here. I didn't even see like what happened the rest of the session. Let's see. So this is 10 o'clock. Came down a couple of times, again retested this major support level, could not get past it, went back and So it looks like we didn't really break out of this range until I'm going to count here like 1:55 this afternoon. That's insane. This is where the market is now. So literally the entire day, pretty much until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we were trading within that range. That is insane. It's insane. So let's go back and let's talk about this one trade that I took and why I can break even. So I have an auto break even. Remember, my stop loss is 24 ticks. My take profit is 24 ticks. When I am 20 ticks in profit, it moves my stop loss to break even. Okay. Now, there are certain circumstances where I will manually move my stop loss to break even. It has nothing to do with how I feel about the trades or anything like that. Everything is like a set in stone rule. So this is one particular one that I need to add to my arsenal, and here is why. So the reversal bar that I entered off of, and I'm going to make this 3 so it's a little easier to see. As you can see, this reversal bar that I entered off of, the wick of it was touching a resistance level, which is the prior close. The body of it closed above the current open. So that means that we're trading at a support and resistance level at the same time. This is the only time that I do this. Okay. So as soon as I got into the trade, there was indecision. You can go back to the live stream and see. Just look for the timestamp of, oh, no, you can't because I wasn't streaming yet. So there was indecision here. I usually will not get out of trades when there's indecision unless things like this. I'm at a support and resistance level, so this is already crazy to do anyway, but typically I can do it. But because the indecision came shortly after, I needed to break even, allow it to do this. So it stopped me out here, pull back a couple of bars, and look exactly where it went. So I wasn't wrong. I was just early. Now, being early is fine. However, I need to just get out when the indecision comes. And maybe not all the time, because some of my trades, I do not like taking the extensions like that or the continuations of my previous trade. But this could be one where I could. I don't know. But I definitely should have ended the day at break even. This should have been something that I broke even with. And that was the only trade today, literally. Um, I do want to at some point, not today, not anytime soon. I want to go back and look at certain things like, okay, this looks like a pretty decent trade. This one does. But again, there's other support and resistance levels that are on my chart that you cannot see on this particular chart. Um, but I just need to see like sometimes the higher lows or the lower highs are so clear, but there's other reasons why I don't get into the trades, and I need to figure out if some of my parameters or some of my rules are keeping me out of too many wins, because that is what I don't want to happen. And sometimes you don't see when that's happening until you have weeks like this week where the price action is so crappy, but I can still see that it's a pretty decent market to trade. However, the volume is keeping me out or other parameters are keeping me out. So I have to see what are those things that are keeping me out of some of these trades, because these could be winning trades when the market is crappy and when the market is good. So that's the only thing that I would say that I'm looking to, I wouldn't even say change, but like maybe adjust, because I don't want to keep myself out of too many wins. That's never going to be good. All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears and show you all where my accounts are. So the first account is the 25K account that I just started this Monday, and then the second account is the 50K account I started last Monday. So as you guys can see on the 25K account, we're only down about $190 as far as the drawdown goes, even though I'm only down, what is that, like $21? Is that 21? I feel like that's $21. I might not be able to add today, but I'm down about $21 from the overall balance. Sorry, I just had a complete brain freeze. Now the 50K account, we are at $1,800 left of the $2,500 initial drawdown, and then the account is down about $512 or so. So really not bad, honestly. Like I said before, my biggest goal is to be able to pass that 25K account this week, but based on the price action and the market structure right now, I don't see it happening unless Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are really good days because it I I can easily, when I trade the way I'm supposed to, staying out of trades I'm not supposed to be in and being in trades I'm supposed to be in and not sitting back and not taking them, I can easily, profit about 1500 to $2,000 a week. But that's when the market is doing what it's supposed to do, which is not doing this week. So even if I don't pass it this week, as long as I pass it at some point, I don't want to fail any more accounts. That will tell me that my strategy ain't where it's supposed to be, and I feel like it finally is. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, let's just pray to the trading gods that the market does not continue doing this the next 3 days because it will drive me insane and probably you as well. But yeah, I don't know. We just have to hope for the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you missed the live stream, I should have already linked it up in the iCards. But yeah, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for the stream. Let's hope it's a better day tomorrow. Have a good evening, you guys.